Welcome everyone once again to HFN. Today is December the 19th, 2019. Here to give you all the news according to the charts, where we trade different and your trusted source of news by the price chart. We're going to give you all a video about this cannabis stock, Aphria, which is up about 40% over the last month. And we're going to answer the question whether or not it is still a buy. Definitely would like to get your opinion on this particular cannabis stock as well. Do you see Aphria continuing to see those higher prices as we go and round out 2019 going into 2020? Let us know with a comment in the comment section of this video. And as always, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, our website, HueFinancial.com. Subscribe on this particular platform, like and share the video. All of those locations is where you'll find us giving you more of this trusted source of news by the price chart. So now we're going to look at this article from the Motley Fool, written today, December the 19th, 2019. It's going to try to address that question on whether or not Aphria is still a buy. But for us, we're going to validate the opinions of this article by the price chart, because it does not lie. The price chart does not lie, but the articles definitely are opinionated. Okay, so it starts off with the title, the cannabis company Aphria. It's up about 40% over the past month, and we're going to try to figure out why. And well, he's going to try to figure out why why this particular stock is up by 40% over the last 4 weeks. And it goes pretty much into one subsidiary that they bought out in an acquisition, a pharmaceutical company based out in Europe, as to why this particular company is finding higher prices, while the majority of other cannabis companies, albeit, is seeing lower prices. Now, if you didn't know, Aphria is a large cap cannabis stock, and it is profitable, especially over the last quarter. The company has recorded a profit, while many other cannabis companies have had net losses. The company has recovered much of its market value, while the other major pot stocks have been plummeting. Does this mean that Aphria is a buy? Is the question that Mark is trying to ask us. And what is driving the surge of Aphria's stock price? Well, he tries to justify this price surge in Aphria with the major announcement that Aphria did on December the 2nd, of which it secured a pretty good loan, 80 million Canadian dollar credit facility to expand its operation, its cultivation facility. And it was at a pretty good interest rate, comparable to a lot of the other loans that cannabis companies have created. And to give you an example right here, Green Organic Dutchman secured a facility at 13% annual interest rate, while the interest rate that Aphria got was around the high 5% range. So it seems pretty good, but that's not the reason why the price is going to move higher. Obtaining more loans does not validate the price of a stock going higher. So that's why he posed the question to us. And I'll tell you, that's not the reason. The interest rate difference between Aphria and Green Organic Dustman does not justify higher stock prices, plain and simple. So he gives us another example. Maybe it's the recent performance that Aphria did that has shifted the mindset of the investor. Could be. There's a number of reasons that Mark tries to point out that Aphria stands out from everyone else. And maybe the people are realizing that. But the first thing, profitability. This company has made a profit. They reported a profit of about 16.4 million Canadian dollars on a total sales of 126.1 Canadian dollars. It gives us an example about that profit that Aphria did, because Aurora Cannabis and Cannabis Growth, they posted revenues 75.2 million, 76.6 million, but they also had net losses of 39.7 million for Aurora Cannabis and 374.6 million for Cannabis Growth. So out of those three cannabis companies, only one made a profit. Now, a big portion of that profit for Aphria, like I told you earlier in this video, is based off of its German medical cannabis subsidiary CC Pharma. They bought that particular company back in 2018, and pretty good call because it ended up being one of Aphria's main revenue drivers. Almost about 3/4 of all the sales that Aphria had in the most recent quarter came from that company. So if it wasn't for CC Pharma, where would Aphria be today? It'd probably be in the slumps. Well, it has been participating with the rest of the cannabis companies in the market today, but it's over 40% now versus many other cannabis companies in the stock market. So I had to highlight this next portion. Should you buy Aphria stock? Now, Mark told us or wrote to us that in November, he said that Aphria might be the best large cap pot stock on the market in November. So here we are rounding out the month of December, and it's up 40% over the last couple of weeks. And he is still telling us that the argument still remains pretty strong. So we should see that on the price chart once we switch over and look at Aphria, how it's been trading in the market. It's pretty strong. He's not timid. He's not saying it could be. The argument's still there that should validate Aphria being a buy. The fact that Aphria is profitable, cheaply valued, and owns a outperforming subsidiary, talking about CC Pharma, and all selling points are all major selling points for Aphria. Profitability, the stock price is cheap, outperforming. One of their subsidiaries is outperforming the market, and they got majority of their revenues from that particular company. Are all selling points still. They're still valid to this day, is what he's saying. If you're comfortable in investing in cannabis stocks at this time, there's a strong case to be made that Aphria still has plenty of upside potential. So there you are. He is biased in the particular movement of Aphria. He's looking for this stock to move higher. So now what we need to do, we need to see that on Aphria's price chart. So now let's get into the price chart in Aphria to see whether or not we're actually seeing some indications of strength coming to the market for this stock. Now, in all honesty, the last time we did our video in Aphria was on June the 28th, 2019. So it's been a very long time that we did an update forecast in the market in Aphria. So let's go ahead and do it now. Let's go back. Since it was in June, we're going to update you now on the monthly time frame to see what we're getting. So here we are during June, to where Aphria was trading around $7, and here we are, last trade was around $5. So we definitely we definitely seen some movement to the downside in Aphria stock. But I want you to see here how that market in Aphria, this is the long-term area of support in the market in Aphria. So I'm going to place this onto the market now, because we understand that this is where the market has found on numerous monthly price bar support. So this is our gauge as to whether or not this particular stock is trending higher. Is it feeling more bullish? Is it feeling more bearish? This line is going to tell us precisely what's going on. So right here during the month of November, we came and bounced right off that line. So we are creating a case in the market for Aphria to continue to see some higher prices. But like he stated in this article, this is the beginning phase. It doesn't mean that Aphria is going to continue to have some hard troubles and some issues that it's going to have to address. But we have created a starting point right here on this monthly price chart in Aphria to establish a creation of movement higher. That's all I'm going to tell you in the monthly price chart. Quick look at Aphria on the weekly time frame. It looks still, weakness is still present. Okay, until we see this market in Aphria break above $5.55, weakness and a consolidational trade is going to continue. That consolidational range is right here at $3.70 all the way up there to $6. It's a very wide range, but that's the area of the market finding consolidational trading and a nice medium between the buyers and the sellers. Okay, weakness is being seen on the weekly price chart. We can see another small movement to the downside in price. Daily time frame is still reflecting to us the ability of this market in Aphria to continue to see higher prices. Okay. So I do like what's been going on the daily time frame in the market in Aphria. I like that we came and bounced off $3.70 on the monthly time frame. Those two time frames alone is giving us indication that the market in Aphria is looking to see some higher prices. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and play this on the weekly time frame. All right, so I'm gonna bring up our ultimate support area into the market in Aphria to maybe around like $4.53. Okay, $4.50 is where the market in Aphria really needs to hold support, and bring it down just a tad. Okay, so yes, we can see some weakness on the weekly time frame, but to play this out in the long term, definitely we can see that market in Aphria come and hit that $6 price once again. Okay, and that's about it. I'm not really seeing a major bullish case as Mark is on this article. I'm not seeing that just yet based off what we're getting on the weekly time frame. Daily time frame, I'm getting some indications of some bullishness, but it's not that strong as what Mark is trying to insinuate in his article. Okay, so we'll TP the market in Aphria around $5.25. Let's bring that down to there so you can see it's about 6.25 profit. That's probably about how far I'm seeing the market in Aphria trying to reach to on a daily basis. But long term, on the weekly to monthly time frame, I can see it trying to hit that $6 price. Okay, so this is our update in Aphria. We have given you our price points, our price forecast of what we expect the market in Aphria to do, and we're playing this on the weekly time frame. So when you look at our video and upcoming, understand that we played it on the weekly time frame, but on a daily, $5.25 will be our TP price. Okay, so this is it. Give us your expectations as well. Do you still think that Aphria stock is a buy based off the points that Mark has addressed in his article? If not, let us know. Make sure you always maintain your profitability, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.